Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot key. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the futures, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, you. What's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Paranati. I go by Michael Edward. I've been trading and investing for over 17 years, and I began my career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. It was my very first job right out of college. While there, I had to go through a 3-month educational training program where they taught me how to trade these markets correctly, properly, and professionally. And then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, along with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff. We've helped thousands of traders from all over the world reach their goals. We have members in 115 different countries. Truly a global community here at TTG. Now, for those that don't know, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools. We do live workshops and provide individual mentorship for stocks, options, crypto, futures, for all styles of trading, day trading, swing trading, also long-term investing. We got it all covered here at True Trading Group, something for everybody. We take that university level of curriculum, we combine it with today's top financial tools that are worth well over $5,000 a year on their own. We give you access to thousands of the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders that you are ever going to find. And of course, the real-time trade alerts from myself and the rest of the moderators at TTG that cumulatively as a group have been able to maintain a win rate on all executions of around 80% now going on the last 3 years. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you folks have all come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live for free on this YouTube channel with myself, other TTG moderators, and special guests drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, and trade ideas that can help you guys become better traders. Right? So again, if you guys are new, to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. All right. So folks, to kick things off here today, we got a lot to talk about. We got to go over the Fed minutes that came out today. What was in those Fed minutes? We got some important jobs data that's coming out tomorrow. So we got some catalysts that we've got coming up here on deck. But to help me go through and have a nice little conversation about all of the things that are going to make this market go up and down and create all those trading opportunities for us, because that's what you're going to be seeing. A lot of volatility coming up with these catalysts, folks. It's not just today, it's tomorrow. It's not just tomorrow, it's Friday as well. Tons of catalysts and economic data that are due out. So I'm going to bring on my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group in just a few minutes. Before we do, I want to go ahead and kind of give you guys a quick little update on what happened today with regards to the Fed minutes. Okay, I want to go over and I want to update you guys what happened with the Fed minutes today, because today we got the release of the Fed minutes. Actually, it looks like Adam is ready now. So I'm going to bring on Adam here first. Guys, everyone give a big shout out and a big Ayo to my business partner and the co-founder of True Trading Group. Everyone give Adam an Ayo.
What's up, man?
What's going on, bro? How are you?
I am doing well, thank you.
Nice.
Is Bill still at your house?
No, he left a few minutes ago.
Nice. All right, well let's talk about what secrets the Fed revealed today or did not reveal, right? Was there anything very surprising to you in the Fed minutes today?
Not to me, because the Fed minutes is just reiterating everything that Jerome Powell and the other Fed members have been saying for the last couple of months. And it's what the markets just still don't believe. And that is that they're not done raising rates. They think they're going to raise rates multiple times, not just one. Almost all of the members of the Fed are in agreement that they need to raise rates further. Even though they paused here at the June meeting, we have another meeting coming up here in July. And the markets are anticipating a hike in July, but then that's it. And then the markets are starting to think about price cut or rate cuts. So the Fed just basically has reiterated everything that they said. Now, the one thing that did surprise me a little bit was the Fed staff. If you guys remember a couple of months ago, the Fed staff, because in the Fed minutes, you get notes from the Fed officials, which are like Jerome Powell, Loretta Mester, all of your voting members of the Fed. And then you have the Fed staff. The Fed staff is hundreds of people. And these are economists, that work for the Federal Reserve. The Fed staff a couple of months ago said that their base case scenario was a mild recession at the second half of 2023. That was what the economists at the Fed believed. And that was something that we found out in a prior Fed minutes report from a couple of months ago. They came out here in these minutes, and the Fed staff still believes that we will have a mild recession in the later parts of this year, with then a moderate recovery in 2024. So the economists at the Fed still believe that. Okay, the economists at the Fed still believe that. All right, so this is what I am. That was a little bit of a surprise to me, was that the Fed staff still feels that way, but they said that they think that there is probably a 50-50 chance between mild recession and soft landing. And that was comments from the Fed staff, not the Fed officials, Fed staff.
Next question. Why did the Fed pause rate hikes in June if they were just going to raise them next month?
I honestly don't know. I really don't know. They say that they paused because, they say inflation has been coming down, but then in the same breath, they argue that core inflation is not cooperating. I think maybe they just wanted to give the banks a chance to kind of catch their breath, to be honest. I think that's the only thing that makes sense to me, is why the Fed would have paused in June if they're just going to raise again in July. I think it was just to give the banks a little bit more breathing room and allow the banks to kind of get their footing, because you still were coming off of a lot of stress on the regional banks, and pausing rate hikes can give those banks more time to adjust. Going into, before they continue to raise rates. And that's really the only reason that I can think of is why they would have paused if they're just they're going to start raising rates again.
All right. Next question here for you. Historically, does the Fed normally have this much influence on the stock market?
No, it depends on what period of history you look at, because the Fed really only has an impact on the markets when there's drastic change in monetary policy, and there's not always drastic change in monetary policy. There's only been two handfuls of times where the Fed has undergone, a real serious monetary policy shift, which means they're either raising rates dramatically or they're cutting rates dramatically. It doesn't happen every year. It really coincides with, moments of, serious economic expansion or moments of serious economic contraction. And that's when the Fed, all of a sudden, their monetary policy matters. If you go back to, 2018, if you go back to, 2018 bad example because they tried raising rates in December. But if you go back to like 2017, 2016, 2012, 2011, Fed meetings didn't matter because interest rates were zero and they were going to stay at zero. So there was no, the Fed, are they going to raise rates this week? Are this month? Are they not? Are they going to move their target? Those things never didn't matter during those times because they were not in the middle of a policy shift. Just like inflation data, it's a big deal now. But if you go back to 2018, when they would release a CPI number, nobody cared. It was a complete non-event. It was like not even a one-star event in the markets as far as is it going to move prices, because inflation was 1.7, 1.8%, and it wasn't rising, so nobody cared, right? So, the markets go through these shifts of what it cares about and what it doesn't.
Excellent. One moment, got your next question here. Sorry, I'm typing them up as I'm getting them sent to me.
No worries.
All right, here. So today, Meta launches a new app to compete with Twitter called Threads. What are your thoughts?
I like Meta. Meta was actually one of my top picks coming into 2023. One of my top picks going into 2023 was Meta. And I was a firm believer. I added to Meta in my long-term portfolio. I added to my position last year when the stock was getting shellacked. So I'm very happy with the add to Meta. Everybody was so down on Meta because of TikTok, and people thought that Meta was getting crushed because of TikTok, and it wasn't. Meta was getting crushed because Zuckerberg was spending $5 billion, whatever it was, a quarter on the metaverse. And he wasn't focusing on, cutting back costs and revenue and becoming more efficient right now in the near term, because the metaverse investment is super long term. That's not something that's going to generate revenue this year or next year or the year after, but maybe 10 years from now could be a huge moneymaker for the company. And once Meta started cutting back their costs and stopped spending haphazardly, the stock has absolutely exploded. And you still have a social network that, no, it's not growing at the same pace. It's kind of hard to grow at the same pace when more than half of the world is on your platform. More than half of the world uses Facebook. So at some point, there's only so many human beings on the planet. You're still talking about a company that generates $25 billion a quarter or whatever it is. And as long as Mark Zuckerberg is at the helm, I am a firm believer of invest in like the management team. And I love when you have a founder at the helm. That's why never bet against Elon Musk, never bet against Mark Zuckerberg. These are the founders of this company. They're not doing it for the money. They're doing it for the legacy, and they're doing it because it's their passion. Do not bet against those people. So now Meta comes out and they launched this app called Threads. Right? It's like it's being referred to as the Twitter killer due to the similar appearance and the similar functionality. I think this is a good thing for Meta. The Threads app was released a day earlier than it was expected. It offers an alternative to Twitter amid growing frustration with the social media service that is owned by Musk now, obviously. And Threads allows users to post messages, reply to other users, like or repost messages. It also enables users of Instagram to follow the same accounts on Thread, right? So he stated that the vision for Threads is to take the best parts of Instagram and to create a new experience for text, ideas, and discussions. TTG, True Trading Group, is on Threads, right? As you guys can see there, Adam just pulled it up. So True Trading Group is on Threads. You guys can follow us there on Threads. So some Twitter users have expressed some frustration with changes to Twitter and everything else, limiting the number of tweets that non-paying users can view per day. That was a big thing that a lot of people complained about. So Threads is described as another copycat move from Meta, which has introduced services that mimic other standalone tech tools. But a lot of people argue that Apple is a copycat of Samsung. And Samsung comes out with a lot of new tech first, and then Apple comes out with it after, and then just completely dominates the space anyway. And that's kind of similar to Meta. The app is now available for download in the Apple's App Store. It's also in the Google Play Store. And, they're going to compete with Twitter, and some of these other platforms that are out there, like Hive and Blue Sky, and some of these other platforms that are out there. But I think that this is just another reason to like Meta for the long term, as I do.
All right, excellent. Next question. All right, there are a lot of chat rooms out there that take credit for call outs after the fact. What makes True Trading Group different from this?
It's actually pretty funny that you just asked me that question because, and we were just talking about Meta, and this really stands out for me today. The thing that makes True Trading Group different is that True Trading Group, we don't come on here. I mean, I know if you guys are watching the YouTube channel, you see me come on here. We talk about what happened today, the trades that were made, and why did the markets do this? What stock did that? But I also come on here and I tell you exactly what I think the markets are going to do tomorrow and the next day and the week after. And I put my neck on the line, and I'll be right, I'll be wrong. I'm right a hell of a lot more than I'm wrong, but I'll also be wrong. But one of the things that we do in True Trading Group, which helps members not have to constantly worry about trying to chase trade alerts. And it's like by the time you get a text or an email, the stock's already moved 10 or 15, 20%, and you're chasing the move. At TTG, the moderators and I, remember, there's 10 professional traders that are moderators in True Trading Group that share their trade ideas, analysis, and everything with you and answer questions during the day. We tell you exactly what we think is going to happen before the market even opens. So we give you detailed watch lists of, hey guys, these are the stocks that we're looking at. These are stocks that have our attention. This is where our focus is. This is the price that we're going to look to buy the stock. This is the price we're going to look to short or take profit or whatever. These are our entries and our exits, right? This is the reason why we think the stock's going to move higher today. This is what we think it's going to do. We tell you what that is before the market opens. This way you guys can have an idea of, okay, where are we focusing our attention and what are the price areas that we want to look to be entering these trades. So this way you're not just like waiting there for some text alert and you don't even know what ticker symbol anybody is watching. And you gotta enter the ticker symbol, then you gotta pull up your option chain if you're trading the option. You gotta find that by the time you guys enter your trade, it's 15 minutes have gone by, and 15 minutes could be an eternity, right? So in True Trading Group, we tell you what's going to happen before the day begins, and we actually have a video clip, Adam, from earlier this morning. So in the pre-market session, Meta was one of my top long ideas today. And in the pre-market session before the day begins, before the day begins, I go through and I tell everybody all of my ideas. So these are all the stocks that I'm looking at. This is my analysis. This is the prices I'm looking to be getting to these trades. And I have a quick video clip on Meta. And I'll use Meta as an example because the stock absolutely exploded today. And it was one of the top long ideas today inside chat. So if we have this video clip, it's about 1.5 minutes long. We can go ahead and play that clip this is from the pre-market session. This is this morning before the market opened. Let's go ahead and play that clip. I also like Meta today for the long. Meta has been in this consolidation pattern for the last several weeks. You have very obvious resistance at 289.5. You have support here at the trade line. You see this 9 exponential moving average on the daily chart has been a beautiful level of support for Meta ever since the gap up there at the end of April. And you can see that beautiful support. Now you can look for us. We rejected heavily at that resistance level on Friday. And now you're kind of coming right back up into it. I just want to see if we get through 489.5. You could get a nice, $3, $4, $5 move to the upside. on Meta, and we will look for that for the long and continue to push further up into this gap. This is a resistance level from January of 2022. If you get through that, your next resistance is going to be a gap fill, which I don't even want to talk about this level because it's not in my sights at all. And that's a gap fill that takes you all the way up to like 320. I'm not looking at that 320 level. I'm just looking for us to push up into this gap a little bit, make a little bit more upside there on Meta. So just watch the 289.50 level, 289.50 to 290. You can, if you want to play it safe, you want to play it conservative, you can just watch the stock push through that level, see the big volume surge, and then buy the stock and have stops underneath it. You could do that if you want to be more conservative with it, right? You'll be sacrificing your entry point, but the idea is you're sacrificing, you're going after a higher entry for a higher probability because now you're already above the level. And there you guys have it. So that was the video clip from this morning before the market opened, where we said Meta, if you get through 289.50 to 290 with volume, you want to get long that stock. And I said, look for like a $4 to $5 move. We actually got more than that. You got like a $7, $8 move. So this thing gave you even more than what I was looking for. And this was a huge move today. A lot of members in True Trading Group were able to capitalize on this break. And I'll go to a 3-minute chart for just a moment. I want to draw this line right across my screen because I also talked about this. If you guys follow the YouTube channel, Sunday evening, I gave you guys my top trade ideas for the week. Meta was one of my top trade ideas for the week, long through this level. So you could have used the video clip from this morning in the pre-market session, or you guys can go back and watch the live stream from Sunday evening in case you missed it. I told you it's right here on this YouTube channel. Sunday evening, one of my top ideas was long Meta through this level. And here's that resistance level, right? We said 289.50 to 290. There it is. There's that resistance level. So let's draw a line right across it. There's that line, right? Now, this is a daily chart. So every candle represents one day. Let's switch it up and go to a 3-minute chart. And let's go look at just what happened today. I'm not moving this line. There's this line. Right? Here's the line. Let's go all the way back. Right? There's the resistance level. We can all see this resistance level. See top, right? It doesn't take an experienced chartist to realize that, hey, the stock has a tough time getting through this level. That's that line that we just drew on the daily chart. Now we come into today, and today markets open up, and then and boom, look at that. Look at that strong move right back up to the upside. And then we said, hey, listen, just wait for the stock to break through this level. Wait for it to break through the level. And if you have heavy volume, then you can go ahead and get long. And then bang, there's your break. There's your break through the level. Look at the volume bar. Guys, if we can just drop on the bottom of the screen, we can just drop the message just real quick so I can just show everybody the volume surge here. Look at the volume that came in. I said, just, hey, if you break through that level with a strong increase in volume, there's the level, then go ahead and get long. Right? Because now you've broken above the level. Go ahead, get long. That's a huge resistance level. The heavy volume confirms the level has broken. And then you get all of this ridiculous upside in Meta. Look at the stock just absolutely explodes. And it was a picture perfect trade for members inside True Trading Group today. It was very, very well planned, very well thought out, perfectly executed for a lot of people. And it was a great trade. And this is what makes True Trading Group different from a lot of other groups and services. All the groups and services, well, you don't even know that the traders are looking at a stock until they alert it to you. And then by the time you look at it, the stock's already made its move. We tell you before the day begins, these are the stocks we're focusing on. We like it long at this price. We like it short at this price. So this way, you can actually enter trades before moderators alert them. That's our goal. I don't want you guys to just be followers. I don't want you just to sit there and just wait for a trade alert. I want you to have the education to identify your own trade setups, the guidance from the professional traders at True Trading Group to help you identify some of those grade A setups. But I want you to have the education to be able to see them yourselves. And then I want you to have the confidence to actually act on them when you see them. And this meta trade is a perfect example of that.
Excellent. All right, Mike. Mike, why do over 90% of traders lose money? New traders lose money, and on the flip side, do people actually make money with True Trading Group?
So the reason why I believe 90% of traders lose money is because probably 80% of them just start trading without having any idea what they're doing. So, of course, you're going to lose money. To think I think people forget that there's millions of people around the world that do this for a living, that are professionals, that are experts. To think that you're just going to show up to someone else's profession with zero knowledge, zero training, zero education, and even for 1 second be naive or arrogant, either one just as bad. To think that you're going to have a similar level of success as a professional who does this for a living, it's silly. And I think that's the reason why so many people fail, is because they think that the stock market is some get-rich-quick scheme. They think that with 10 minutes a day, they can make $1,000 and tell their boss to go screw and go live on an island somewhere. Now, can you tell your boss to go screw and live on an island somewhere? Yes, you absolutely can. Is that going to happen within 30 days of you joining True Trading Group? No, it is not. But can it happen? You bet your ass it can. Because the majority of members of True Trading Group are making money and they are becoming better traders. And that's not something that is just an opinion of mine. The reason why I think 90% of traders lose money is my opinion, right? It's because I believe that people get involved in the markets because they think they want to cut corners. They think it's a get-rich-quick scheme. They have no clue what they're doing, and they don't get any real professional knowledge or any real professional training, and they fail. Most people, if I were to drop you off in any other professional arena, if I just, hey, let's go to the hospital. I'm going to take you into the ER. We're going to go to the operating room, and I'm just going to throw you in there. Go ahead, save this person's life that just got into this car accident. Go ahead, operate on that person, save that person's life. You are not going to be successful, nor would you even think for 1 second that you would be able to be successful in saving that person's life. Let's go to a construction site. This person that's operating this bulldozer, get out of there. Hey, you, Mary, go ahead, go up into that bulldozer. Go ahead, clear out this lot of land for us. You're not going to be able to do that, nor would you think for 1 second that you'd be able to do that. Let's go into the courtroom. See this innocent person that's in jeopardy of going to prison for something that they did not do? Go ahead, prevent that person, that innocent person, prevent them from going to prison. You're not going to be able to do it, and nor would you think that you were able to do it. However, if I taught you how to do certain things, if other professionals taught you how to do certain things, you can pick up and you can do. If a professional taught you and showed you how to operate a bulldozer, then over time, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to operate the bulldozer. It's not it's not that you don't know how to operate the bulldozer because you're dumb or because you're unlucky. No, it's because you just don't know how. So let someone that does it for a living show you. That's why I think 90% of traders lose money. And is it possible to make money? You bet your ass it is. Okay? Because the majority of members are making money and they're becoming better traders. And don't believe me, just don't take my word for it. Let's ask members. Members of True Trading Group. I know many of you are on this live stream right now. You guys are on this live stream and you are a member. Do me a favor and type the number 1 if you're making money and you guys are becoming better traders with True Trading Group. Go ahead and type the number 1 for me real quick. Now, anybody that's on here that's not a member, that's wondering like, hey, does anybody actually make money with this group? Just pay attention to how many people type the number 1. Because all these people, you're not going to be able to count how many number 1s that there are. These are not bots, guys. These are real people. These are just the people just like you. They found us the same way you did one of these live streams. They've had all these same excuses that you have for yourself. Full-time job, small account, lost money before, scammed by some other group, no experience. Yet here they are now telling you they're making money. They're becoming better traders. Now, not every single person in True Trading Group is making money. I wish we can have a 100% success rate, but that's not realistic. But you know what? We leave no trader behind at TTG, and we actually hold these red to green workshops. We just did one today, as a matter of fact. Okay. So if you guys attended the red to green workshop, shout out, how was it? We do these red to green workshops. These are for any member of True Trading Group that is still struggling. You can submit to us questions and topics that you're having a hard time with, things that you're struggling with, and then we will hold a live workshop covering all of those topics. We do it every single month. It is completely free for members. You do not have to pay extra to attend them. We do that because we leave no trader behind, right? So the vast majority of members, yes, they're making money, but is 100% of our members making money? No, that's not realistic, but we leave no trader behind. Don't be too embarrassed or too prideful to ask for help, okay? Every single trader that I know that is successful at this point has struggled. They've had people that helped them along the way. Do not be too prideful to ask for help. If you're struggling, reach out to us, reach out to the mods. We are here to help.
Excellent. All right. What do you consider a professional trader, and does it require a license?
It does not require a license. What I consider a professional trader is just someone that earns that this is your living. This is how you earn a living for your family. Okay. If you earn a living for your family, then that is what I believe. That is what I consider to be a professional trader, right? If this is how you earn your living, this is how you earn your income, right? So whether you need to be licensed to be considered a professional trader can depend on the context and specific regulations of your country. For me, I don't think you need to be licensed in order to be considered a professional, right? Like if you trade for a financial institution. So like if you're trading on behalf of a bank or a hedge fund or a broker, then you're going to need to be licensed if you're trading for a financial institution, right? Like in the US, you got to pass either, a Series 63. They've made some changes since 2008. Ever since 2008, FINRA actually put on like new regulations and everything. You used to not need a license. Now you need a Series 63. You also have a Series 7, which is, you used to need that to be a stock broker. You don't necessarily need that to be a trader. The Series 63 has kind of taken that over. If you're trading your own money, then the requirements are totally different, right? In many cases, you won't need any type of a license at all whatsoever to trade your own money. How many people how many people here that are on our live stream right now? Actually, how many of you guys are not members of True Trading Group? I'm actually curious just to see how many people are on here with us that are not part of the community. Just do me a favor and type the letters TTG, guys. Do me a favor, just type the letters TTG if you guys are not members of True Trading Group. Just want to see, as I continue to go through this Q&A session here, I want to see how many people that we have on that are not members of the community. Just go ahead and type the letters TTG if you guys are not part of True Trading Group. Sean Johnson, Eric, Benjamin, Luis Fernandez, Sanja, James. I'm assuming Tobias, letter I, Mark. Cool, guys. Yeah, good. I just want to see how many people that we had on here that are not part of the TTG fam. Randy, what's up? How are you, Randy? Yeah, so guys, so what we're doing right now is we're just going over a little Q&A session right now, and then we'll get into the catalyst and stuff for tomorrow. I got some jobs data that comes out tomorrow and how we think that's going to affect markets.
All right, so right now on StockTwits, okay, for those who don't know what StockTwits is, we are not affiliated with them, but it's a good indicator to see what stocks people are looking at, kind of what's trending on social media, what are most active, so on and so forth, right? So trending right now on social media, there's 5 stocks. Several of them I know that you're not going to necessarily like or mess with, right? But here is my question. 1 second.
I already know what one of them is. I know what 2 of them are without even having.
Hang on. All right, so let's do the top.
Can I say 2 of them? Tell me if I'm right.
Nope. All right, here's what we're gonna do. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes each.
Okay.
In 2 minutes, I want you to give me a game plan for how you would trade the top 5 trending stocks on StockTwits. And you are not allowed to say I wouldn't.
Oh.
You have to give.
I got 2 minutes. That's it. I got two. All right.
That's it. 2
minutes.
minutes. And these are top trending. So on StockTwits, you have most active. You have watchers. These are trending. These are the trending ones. Okay. Right. You got 2 minutes for each one.
All right.
Okay.
I don't need 2 minutes, but I'll do it faster. Go ahead.
You're not allowed to say.
I know what one of them is. That's why I'm telling. That's why I know it.
All right, you ready?
No, I wouldn't. But all right,
you ready?
Yes.
On StockTwits, these stocks are trending. Meta, Rivian, BTTI, ALLR, and Sava. Spend 2 minutes on each and give a trading plan for tomorrow. Before you begin, hang on 1 second.
Wow, I can't believe Mullen is not on there.
Nope. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Hang on. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Share my screen here. So everyone can see it. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start with Meta. And go.
So the way that I'm trading Meta, I think Meta has more upside. So Meta was a long today for us in True Trading Group. Okay, that was one of the top trade ideas today, was long through this level. You had a real nice volume increase through this level of resistance. I think there's more upside on Meta. I think you can get this up into like the low 300s. You had a nice support level here today around this 293.50. I would look to be a buyer of Meta. If you get close to this 293.50 zone, I would try to be a buyer of Meta. I'm looking for Meta to get into the low 300s, maybe like 300 to 302. I think there's more upside there. If there's a pullback on this name, that's the first support level. I'd look for the entry point. The second support level, so a secondary level for entry support, would be around 289.50 to 290. And that's going to be this previous level of resistance that we broke above today. And I expect that to then become support. So if you get a pullback into there, I think that's a bounce buy, but I don't think you're going to get all the way back there. You might get back to 293.5 and then look for further upside. You have a lot of catalysts coming out tomorrow that can move the markets in a big way. So you want to make sure that you're not going against the trend, right? If the markets start selling off because of a piece of economic data that the markets are surprised about, then step away from longs if the markets are selling off. But if this trend continues, if the markets trade sideways or continue higher, Meta's a name you want to be long.
All right, with 35 seconds to spare. Not bad.
2 minutes is plenty.
All right, hang on. Next, we have Rivian. Don't start yet. All right, 2 minutes is plenty.
Yeah, I can do it in 2 minutes. It's fine.
All right. Well, no. Hang on. All right, hang on, mister. That's plenty.
I want to give them enough information to where they.
Yeah, let's do 1 minute and 30 seconds. I mean, I want to challenge you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to talk fast, and they're not gonna. You're just leave it 2 minutes.
It was plenty.
It is plenty, but I don't want to have to be. I don't want to have to be talking like that. I want people to hear what I'm saying.
All right. 2 minutes. Rivian. Go for it.
So Rivian's got some positive catalysts. Okay, you have obviously the positive news from Tesla has been pulling Rivian up with it, but Rivian is in final negotiations with Amazon to allow them to actually sell their vans to other buyers. Now that could be a really good catalyst for Rivian, but the stock has had a huge run in the last week and a half. I mean, this was a $13.50 stock a week ago. It is now up to $20.50. You have a lot of resistance up here around this 21.5 to 22. What I think may happen here with Rivian is I think the easier trade at this point, if you asked me this a couple of days ago, I would say, if you asked me this yesterday or today, I would say I like to trade long for more upside. I still think there's a little more upside, but I think the easier trade where there's still more meat on the bone is actually going to be a fade and a pullback off of 21.5 or 22. If you look at my screen right now, you see you have this big resistance level right here in January and February, and that goes all the way back to the previous low from the initial sell-off there in May. So that's going to be a huge level for us for Rivian once you get into this level. And then you also have the 200-day moving average, which is this yellow line you see on my screen that lines up right there at that zone. So what I would be looking for here on Rivian, you had support today around 1950. I'd look for 1950 to continue to be support. I think there's a little bit more upside left on Rivian. And then I think off of 21.5 area, 21.5, then I think the stock starts to pull back. And I think you can trade this both ways. Long up to 21.5, 22, and then fade that back to 1950.
Done?
Yep.
18 seconds to spare. All right. This next one's a bit of a curveball. It wasn't originally on the list. You ready?
Sure.
Pull up Mullen.
Oh.
2 minutes on the clock.
The stock
trade Mullen for tomorrow. Wait and start. Go for it. The
stock market's biggest piece of garbage. This stock is the biggest piece of garbage that exists in the stock market.
That is not an analysis, and you're.
I'll get to it. I've been saying it for 2 years, and people don't want to listen to me that this is a total piece of garbage.
All right, we get it. Get to the analysis.
The stock was up today. It traded 1.5 billion shares, the most volume it's ever traded, and it's only went to 19 cents. If I look at this thing, yes, you have resistance. You have resistance here around 20 cents. Maybe you push through 20 cents and get to 30. The way that I would trade Mullen, if I was going to trade Mullen, which I'm not going to, is if it gets through 20 cents, okay, 21 cents, let it get through 21 cents. Make sure the volume is still there like it was today. Today was a huge volume day. If you see that kind of volume again tomorrow and it's above 21, it probably goes to 30. So I think the best way to trade Mullen, if you're got to trade it, because I'm not trading this thing, okay, is if it gets through 20 to 21 and the volume is heavy like it was today, it probably has room to 30, but I would not be holding on to this thing, YOLOing it. I mean, could the stock short squeeze? Sure, but if this stock really gets moving, like I'll tell you what, I'll look at this stock if it gets to like 75 cents because I'm going to short the crap out of it.
32 seconds.
Yeah, if it gets to 75 cents, I'm going to short it. I'm not going to try to be long the stock. You know, I just could it squeeze?
Seconds.
That's the way that I would I would play it. But do not hold on to this thing for the long term. It's a piece of crap.
13 seconds to spare. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Let's see here. You know what? Just let's go into it for a second. Hang on. I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball again. It's not part of the trending, right? But I like keeping you on your toes.
Okay.
Talk to me about Tesla. 2 minutes. How are you going to trade Tesla tomorrow?
This is a tough one. And the reason why this is a tough one is because the stock is kind of in no man's land and they're coming off of a catalyst that is being digested. Right now, to me, this stock is going through a digestion phase. And that is you got this big gap up on the news and the stock has just gone sideways now, just kind of digesting the data that has come out. I do not feel confident in a clear directional move on Tesla. The way that I would trade this thing, I'm not going to short it. It's one of the strongest stocks out there. And I think it has room to like 287, 288. So if I'm going to trade Tesla, I would look for a long. And the way that I would play is you have a nice double top at 284. 284 is a double top. That's today's high. And that's also Monday's high. Okay, so you had the high of the day on Monday was 284. Today's high is 284. I see resistance around 287 to 288 on the daily chart. Doesn't seem like much, but the stock is up huge, and that's why I believe it's in a consolidation phase. It's not a stock that's at the top of my list to trade because I feel like a lot of this move has already taken place. I think there could be better opportunities elsewhere, but if you're going to trade it, look for tomorrow, gap above 284. Pull back to 284. If 284 holds, get long, look for a move higher to 288, and then I would start taking your profits off the table at 288.
You said it was tough, but you have 25 seconds to spare. It took you longer to do Mullen.
Well, that's because I had to get out how much of a piece of garbage the stock is first.
That's fair.
I spent 20 seconds, just.
Is BTAI or Sava worth even going over right now?
BTAI is. BTAI.
All right, so let's wrap up this segment with BTAI. You got 2 minutes on the clock, and
BTAI had a nice move today. Now, this is a biotech stock that gapped down last week on news. Okay, this is not a good piece of news for BTAI. Stock gapped all the way down to $6. It got crushed. Was down more than 50% in one day. Now the stock is starting to recover, and you actually had a huge volume day today that took you back above a major level of support. Okay, so what I like to see, I like when you have major support levels get broken and then get retaken. So if you see this move in BTAI, you see BTAI here, you see how you used to have this major level of support there from 2022. So that big level of support, you gapped underneath it last week, and that became a gap entry and a resistance level. And then right away, immediately, you regain that level. I would look for $9, $9.20, $9.25. I'd look for this to reestablish itself as support and see if BTAI can climb a little higher. I like BTAI maybe up to around 13 and a half, maybe, $13 to $14. I think maybe the stock can kind of get back to before it settles down. But I look for this $9 area that was support. And then it was the gap entry. We broke into the gap here today. Huge volume. Look for that level, this line. Look for that to be support now. And I look for maybe like a day of consolidation and then look for a follow-through move. And that's what I think about BTAI.
All right, excellent. And thus concludes this section. Now I'm going to move on to something I'd like to call rapid fire.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a series of the most common questions that we get asked, and I want you to answer them as fluid as you can. All right?
Okay.
All right. And guys, if you're enjoying the stream, we're obviously trying some new format out. If you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and smash the like button. Type the number 1. Do you guys like what we're doing tonight? Do you guys feel like this is beneficial? Let us know. Let us know.
And listen, guys, my goal, right? So I did not know what these ticker symbols were ahead of time before Adam called them out to. But you see how quickly I do that technical analysis? I can look at a chart within 10 seconds. I'll tell you exactly where the levels are, support, resistance, my bullish, my bearish. I want you to be able to look at a chart and very clearly, very confidently, and very decisively be able to identify the levels and be able to have a game plan and build out a game plan. This is what I want to do based on what the stock looks like. This is where I want to be a buyer. This is where I want to be a seller. I want you to be able to do that quickly, right? And the more you learn and the more educated that you get, the faster you're going to be able to do that analysis, and the more confidently you'll be able to do that analysis. And confidence is the key. Right? You need to know the material in order to be confident. You can sit here and say, I think the stock's going to go up. But when push comes to shove and your money's on the line, if you don't have the guts to pull the trigger, then you're not confident enough in that analysis. I want to build that confidence so you can do that analysis as quickly as I do. All right. I've been doing this for over 17 years, right? So you got to remember that. Okay, you guys, if you just started doing this a year ago, you got to, there's a learning curve there. But my goal is to get you to do the analysis as quickly as I did.
All right, you ready for some rapid fire?
Sure.
How much money do you need to start trading?
A couple $100, man. A lot of people think you need tens of thousands. You don't. A couple $100 is all you need. You learn how to trade options. You use a cash account, not a margin account. You're not bound to the PDT rule. Use a cash account with a couple $100. And learn to trade options. We'll teach you to trade options. That's all you need to get started. We have several members of True Trading Group that started with $100, $200, $500, and they've turned those accounts into 4 figures. So it's not true that you need tens of thousands. A couple $100 will do. You just have to understand what you should be trading and what style of trading you should be implementing. We'll help you with that.
All right, here we go. What is the difference between a stock and an option?
Okay, so stock is actually equity ownership in the company. Okay. You are actually a shareholder of the company when you own stock. When you buy an option, you are not a shareholder of the company. You do not own shares. You have no rights to that shareholders have. You don't have voting rights. You don't have rights to a dividend. You have nothing. An option is a contract that gives you the right, not the obligation, but the right to purchase or sell shares at a specific price on a specific date. Okay, so if you buy shares of Apple, then you actually own shares of Apple. You are actually an owner, a very tiny owner, but an owner of Apple, the company itself. If you buy a call option on Apple, you do not own Apple. That contract has an expiration date. It will expire. And if you do not exercise that option, then it will be worthless to you. Okay, so a strike price is the price that you have the right to either buy or sell the stock. If it's a call option, the strike price is the price that you have the right to buy the stock. If it's a put option, strike price is the price that you have the right to sell the stock. And the expiration date is the date you have the right to transact that execution on that day. So if you buy a $100 strike call option that expires this Friday, then if the stock is at 108 this Friday, you have the right to buy shares at 100. That's what that contract gives you the right to do. If you own a 100 strike put option that expires this Friday, then the stock needs to be under 100 by Friday in order for that contract to have any value. If the stock is trading at 102 and your strike price is 100 and it's a put option, then your contract is worthless. Why would anybody want the right to sell the stock at 100 when they can sell it at 102, right? Same thing with the call option. If your strike price is 100, if the stock is at 95, why would anybody want the right to buy it at 100 if they can buy it in the open market at 95? So an option is a contract. A stock is the actual equity ownership of a company. You can hold a stock forever. You can't hold an option forever.
Next question. Can you make money in the stock market with a full-time job? And if so, how?
Absolutely. Thousands of members of True Trading Group are living, breathing proof of that. How do you make money working a full-time job? You need to implement a trading style that will allow you to make money while working a full-time job. You can't try to be a scalper if you guys are driving an ambulance truck or if you're teaching a classroom full of 10-year-olds or you're operating a piece of heavy machinery. You can't try to be a scalper. Scalpers are traders that are in and out within seconds or minutes. You can't do it. You got to find your trader identity. We're actually holding a 2-day boot camp in August about trader identity specifically and helping people find their trader identity. What's trader identity? A strategy and a style of trading that works for you. And what I mean by works for you means it works for your schedule. How much time are you actually able to be in front of a computer, if any at all? And also your personality traits. Right? Your personality traits actually will have an impact on what trading style is going to be better for you because your personality traits have strengths and weaknesses. And those strengths and weaknesses carry over into strengths and weaknesses in trading. So there's specific trading styles that you want to stay away from based on your personality traits. And there's specific trading styles you want to gravitate towards based on how much time or lack of time that you have. We'll help you find your trader identity. It's a big thing we focus on in True Trading, but I also think it's one of the reasons why a lot of traders fail. They go on YouTube, they see this trader made 10 grand today. That must be the right way to trade. I got to do what they do. And that person might be a scalper. And it's impossible for you to ever follow a scalper. You can't follow a scalper. A scalper is in and out. By the time you're getting in, the scalper is getting out. It's impossible for you to follow. You can learn from a scalper, but you can't follow a scalper. You're asking for trouble if you try to follow a scalper. So you have to just learn how to identify a trading style and strategy that's going to be best for you. And we'll help you do that.
Next question. And this one actually plays into what Luis Fernandez just said, which is, I like scalping, but Robinhood tags me as a day trader. Mike, do I need $25,000 in my trading account to be a successful day trader or swing trader?
No, you don't. The only reason that you would need over 25K in your account is if you want a margin account and you don't want to be bound by the PDT rule. PDT rule, for those that don't know, is a pattern day trading rule. This is, I think, the stupidest rule that's out there. It's meant to protect retail investors. It actually, in my opinion, hurts them. But It only allows you to make 3-day trades, which means buy today, sell today. You can only do that 3 times in a 5-day period. Okay. So you're really limited to the amount of trading that you can actually do. And I hate that. So that's the only reason why you would have to go over 25K in your account, but you don't need to have over 25K to not be bound by the PDT rule. You can have a cash account. PDT rule is only applied to margin accounts. If you have a cash account, which means the buying power is equal to the cash available in your account. A margin account is your broker lends you money that you can trade with. So if you have, whatever amount of money you put into the account, your broker will usually give you like maybe 4 times leverage. So 4 times that for your buying power. But that you need over 25K in order for you to not be bound by PDT. If you have a cash account, you're not bound by PDT. So I tell people just do a cash account and then trade options, because options settle the next day. Equities take a couple days to settle. So let's say if you buy a stock today for $500 and you sell it today, you're not going to be able to use that $500 tomorrow. It's going to take a couple days for that cash to clear so you can start using it again. So if you have, let's say, $2,000 in your account and you buy a stock today and for $500 and it's worth $600 and then you sell it, that $500 in buying power that you use to buy the stock is not going to be available for you for tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're only going to have $1,500. Now with options, the cash will settle the next day. So if you have a small account, just use a cash account. You're not bound by PDT rule and you can trade every day.
Here we go. Here's a good question. And I'm sure you could do a whole thing on this. So just give very basic answers to this next one. But it's a great question. Mike, can you break down the basic anatomy of a stock chart? Example, what do the candles mean? What does the lines across them mean?
Sure. Yes. Okay. Let's go to the SPY. So what you're looking at on the top, these candles, see these green and red boxes, these represent price action. Okay. Now you can change the setting of these. So right now, this is a daily chart. So each candle represents the price action for one day. I can go to a 15-minute. Now every candle represents the price action for 15 minutes. I can go to a 3-minute. Every candle represents price action for 3 minutes. Now at the bottom of that chart, okay, you guys see these lines here that are at the bottom of the screen. Now, if you guys move that message on the bottom of the screen so we can show the volume, these at the bottom here, let me go to the daily chart, make it easier. These right here, this is volume. So with this is telling you how many shares that the stock that you're looking at, that's how many shares were traded on that particular time frame. So for a daily chart, then each one of these bars represents 1 day's worth of volume. On a 15-minute chart, each one of these candles represents 15 minutes of volume. And that's how many shares are actually transacted during that time period. Now, there's a lot of different indicators that different traders put on their screens. I'll just show you the ones that are on my screen right now, these lines, yellow, purple, blue, light blue, right? These are moving averages. Moving averages are indicators that simplify price action over a set period of time. And it gets rid of outliers and it creates a broad-based average price. So the yellow line is the 200-day moving average. So what that's going to do is it's going to take the closing price of the last 200 trading days, average it together, and that's the 200-day moving average where it sits today. The purple line is the 100-day moving average. That'll take the closing price of the last 100 days and give you that what that average price is. Dark blue is the 50-day moving average. The light blue is the 9 exponential moving average. Now, the thing that's different about an exponential moving average is that exponential moving averages put a larger weighting on closer data points. A simple moving average, which is what these three are, puts an equal weighting on every single data point. So on the 200 SMA, the number day 199 ago has just as much weighting on the price than yesterday. An exponential moving average puts a higher weighting on the data points that are closer. All right. So these are just some moving averages that I have on my screen These are very common moving averages: 200 SMA, 100 SMA, and that SMA stands for simple moving average, 50 SMA, and this is the 9 EMA. Right? You can also use the 20 SMA. A lot of people use the 20. We teach you all of this stuff at True Trading Group, guys. So if this stuff is over your head, don't worry about it. Okay, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, I'll teach you all of this. There's other indicators like the Fibonacci retracement level, which plots out for you mathematical equations based on, probability of potential support levels. You can also use it for resistance levels. You can use Fibonacci extensions that will actually help you. Fibonacci extensions will actually help you identify price targets, okay, on where resistance levels could be for, on moves to the upside or to the downside. There's so many different, there's VWAP, there's RSI and MACDs, and these are all different indicators that all give you different pieces of data. I don't want to get, like Adam said, I can go on for hours about this stuff, but these are all just different indicators. They're giving you different data points. We'll teach you how to use all of these things as a member of True Trading Group. So if this sounds like a foreign language to you, don't get stressed. Don't be overwhelmed. Trust me, when you guys come through True Trading Group, you'll understand this stuff like the back of your hand.
And on that question, and to follow up with that, do you have to be good at math or very smart to be successful in the stock market?
You really don't. You really, really don't. Now, if you want to be a quant trader and you want to develop an algorithm and you want to work at a quant firm, yeah, sure. You got to be able to do math. You need to know statistics and everything else, right? But to be a good trader, you don't need to be good at math. And honestly, a lot of people think that trading is like you need to be good at math to be a trader, or you have to be able to predict the future. Neither one of those things really are necessary to be a good trader. In order to be a good trader, you have to have complete 100% control of your emotions. The biggest characteristic that I think makes a successful trader is someone that is able to control their emotions. Because most people, when taught properly, can understand this. They can understand the stock chart. Most people, once taught, can look at a chart and say, I think the stock's going to go higher, right? And they can do that with more than a 50% accuracy once you're taught the proper way, which we'll teach you how to do that. Then the next problem becomes, can you make decisions without allowing 1 ounce of greed or fear to get in the way? The most successful traders in the world are able to control their emotions to a point where they almost make decisions like a robot. They act when specific things take place, regardless of how it feels at that moment, regardless of how scared they are of losing money or how greedy they are to try to make more. None of those emotions factor into their decision-making. That is the characteristic that makes the best trader. So if you believe that you are able to control your emotions completely and entirely, then you have the potential to be a very good trader. You just need somebody to teach you what this thing on the screen is all about.
This next one's a good one. This next one's a real good one.
Mirror person, you're my fave. Lakeisha, I love you.
This one's going to be tough to answer because I know that you can't guarantee anything or anything else, but it's a great question. And I'd love for you to map out a hypothetical game plan for this person. Okay? You ready?
Yep.
So I work a full-time 50-hour-a-week job. I have $500 to start, and my goal is to turn $500 into $20,000 within 1 year. How would you help me get there?
Wow. Okay. How would I help you get there? The way that I would help you get there is the exact same way that I would help someone that said they were starting with 50,000 and want to get to 250,000. And that is the amount of money that you have to start with does not impact your potential for success. It's a big misconception. People think that, well, it's easier to make money when you have more money. Incorrect. It's easier to lose more money when you have more money, because I assure you, if you have no idea what you're doing, I can give you an account with $500 or I can give you an account with $1 million. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose $1,500,000 if you don't know what you're doing. So just because you have $1 million in your account doesn't mean that you're going to make more money. It's a complete lie. It's complete nonsense. So the way that I would help you get to your goal is I would start helping you set smaller goals to reach your bigger goal. You don't ever want to come to trading and just say, I have $500, my goal is to make 25K, because you're going to reach a lot of milestones along the way. And if you don't recognize those milestones as progress and reaching your goals, then you're never going to be satisfied, and you're going to be far more likely to try to run before you ever learn how to walk. And that's how you blow up your account. I will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You want to hear, I'm going to help you in 30 days turn 500 into 25K. That's not what I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do for you. And anybody that tells you otherwise is completely full of crap. I will tell you exactly what you need to hear, which is I will have you go through all of our course material. I will have you do one-on-ones with our moderators. I will have you attend workshops. I will have you on our simulator. We will identify a trading strategy and style that's going to be best for you, since you work a busy full-time job and you work 50 hours a week. Scalping's not going to be for you. Let's try to work on a swing trading style, because it seems like you work a really busy schedule and you don't have a lot of time to be looking at a computer. So we're going to go through and we're going to identify you as a swing trader. I'm going to teach you how to swing trade. I'm going to teach you how to find swing trade setups. I'm going to teach you good risk management so you protect that $500 account and don't blow it up, because you got $500. You can't afford to make mistakes. You got to control that risk. And we're going to grow that account little by little. We're going to go from 500 to 600, from 600 to 750, from 750 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 1,250, from 1,250 to 2,000 to 2,500, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we're going to reach those goals little by little over time. And you're going to blink one day. You're going to wake up and you're going to have 10K in your account. You're going to say, holy crap, this guy Mike in True Trading Group is actually legit. I could actually maybe one day reach that 25K goal. And then we start increasing your risk and increasing your position size on trades that you take. And now we start making more money in bigger chunks. And that's how we speed ourselves up to get to that 25K mark. But you're gonna practice first. You're gonna go on the simulator. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna learn mistakes. You're gonna learn from your mistakes while trading with fake money. So you don't blow up your $500 by doing something stupid because you're trying to go from 500 to 25K within 30 days. You want to get to 25K? It's possible. A lot of members of True Trading Group have done it. It's not going to happen overnight. Don't cut corners. Don't look for shortcuts. Don't look to get rich quick. Look to get wealthy smart. And that is what you guys will learn as a member of True Trading Group.
That's really good.
Thanks.
All right, I got one last question.
Sure.
All right, one last question. Are you guys having a good time tonight? I mean, I love this.
I'm having a great time, man. This is a lot of fun for me. This is a lot of fun for me.
Yeah. See how many people are not members still?
You guys, do me a favor. Can you guys go ahead and type the letters TTG if you're not a member? I know our members are loving this, but if you guys are not members and you guys are enjoying this, can you guys go ahead and type TTG for me in chat so we can see how many people we have here that are not members, that are maybe getting familiar with True Trading Group and getting familiar with Adam and I for the first time, or maybe not for the first time, but maybe you guys are just not part of the group. Just go ahead and type TTG for me, please. We got Alan, Carlos, Apis, Sanja, Ram, excuse me, Eric. Thanks, brother. Eric's enjoying it. Benjamin, Kevin Mendoza. I like the emojis, Kevin. Kevin's ready to blast off, man. I like it. Gerardo, what's up, man? I'm glad you're enjoying it too, bro. I'm glad Gerardo, I saw your question before about Meta. I've been bullish on Meta for a long time. It was one of our top long ideas today. A lot of members crushed it today on the long on Meta. And I think I still think there's a little bit more upside. I think you're going to see a 3 handle on Meta. I think we're going to crack 300. You just got to be careful. The next 2 days, you have some major catalysts coming out, big economic data points around jobs and the labor market. So if there's any surprises there, you don't want to try to be long if the markets sell off, right? But as long as there's no surprises and the markets are trading sideways or moving higher, Meta's a name I think you want to stay long. Carlos, thank you, bro. Same to you, man. Carlos says max respect always, guys. I appreciate that. Excellent. Guys, listen, if you guys listen, for those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, everyone that just typed TT.
Hang on, bro. I got a question.
Okay, go ahead. Hey, listen, you've asked me 50 questions. I didn't know.
The last one. Chill.
All right.
What's the last one?
Minute, back up, please.
I'm not even near you, so I need to set back up.
Hang on.
Plastic side eye. Bumble.
Minna. There she is. Hey, Minna.
Hi.
What's the question, Adam?
Hang on, I got distracted now.
Daddy's writing the script.
I gotta turn my air up, bro. I'm hot in here. I don't know why. It's hot in my office. The suspense is killing me, Adam.
I wrote this one. Love what TTG does. How can I join your trial? I wrote that one.
Excellent. Fantastic. Guys, listen, those of you that are not members, everyone that just typed TTG, if you guys want, we got some major data points that come out these next 2 days. I think these are going to be things that can really move this market in a big way. We've got a 7-day trial. Okay. We have a 7-day trial for you guys to come and chat with us, trade with us, go use our platform, see all the tools that are available to you as full-time members, use some of those tools. We have sample courses that are included in the trial. See if True Trading Group is right for you guys, right? See if True Trading Group is right for you. It's $3. The only reason, guys, that we charge $3 is so that we make sure that you're a real person. We just don't want everyone coming into chat for free and spamming our chat. We take our chat serious. Everybody's focused. We're focused on making money during the day. I don't want people coming in and jeopardizing the quality and the integrity of that chat room. So we charge $3 just to make sure you're a real person. But the trial is a one-time payment, guys. There is no automatic renewal. There is no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring $3 charge. We charge you $3 one time and then never again. It's 7 trading days. So you can join the trial today and don't worry about Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday will not count against your 7 days. You get 7 trading days as a trial member of True Trading Group. So if you guys want to come join me and the 9 other professional trading mods that are trading with our members during the day, that share our screens, that call out our trades, alert you to our executions and our entries, let you know where our orders are sitting, and you guys answer your questions and provide our commentary throughout every single trading day, go to TTG.com. That's TTG3 spelled out .com. Enter your name, email, phone number, click yes, I want this. You'll fill out the application and then just enter your info. You pay $3. That's it. And you're done. There is, again, I can't stress this enough. This is a one-time payment. No funny business. There's no automatic renewal. There is no automatic upgrade. We don't just, if you don't cancel, then it automatically becomes an annual member. No, you would have to manually upgrade your membership yourself. So after your 7 days is up, if you do nothing, it just expires. You never charge anything ever again. It's $3, less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Go to TTG, THREE, that's TTG3.com. Name, email, phone number. Yes, I want this. Go ahead, fill out the application, and you guys are then good to go. All right. Again, that's ttgthree.com. Get your butts in chat, guys. We've got big catalysts coming up these next 2 days. You got the ADP employment report tomorrow. You got jobless claims tomorrow. You got ISM services data tomorrow. And then on Fridays, the labor report.
And it is 7 trading days. So you sign up tomorrow.
I said that.
No, I just want to make sure they understand.
Oh, yeah.
So if you sign up tonight doesn't count. Tomorrow counts as your first day, and you get all the way till the following week.
Right. Saturday and Sunday will not count against your trial, folks. Neither will today. So you guys get 7 full trading days with us. You can trade with us for 7 days. You also get access to the mobile app.
Yeah. As part of the trial, you also get access for the 7 days to Benzinga Pro, the real-time news feed and Squawk. You get access to TradingView's premium charting software with real-time live streaming data. You get access to congressional data, insider trades, all of this stuff you get access to for 7 days. You get 3 sample courses. You get our mobile app, all the alerts, everything, $3 for 7 days. There is no, just like Mike said, people think, oh, well, if I don't cancel it, then I'm going to be charged. No. You have to manually upgrade. The $3 is a one-time, non-reoccurring fee so that we know that you are a real person. That is literally it. Okay? So, in fact, if you do the trial and you end up, hating it, I'll give you back $6.
Yeah, no problem. If you hate our trial, we'll give you back $6. How about that?
I'm fine with that, actually.
Huh?
Yeah, you want to make the easiest $6 you've ever made in your whole life? Go try us out.
Well, not really, because you're going to love the trial, so you're not going to make $6.
Don't tell them that. I want them to sign up thinking that, I'm going to make $6.
Yeah. Guys, so there you go. There it is. You sign up for a trial for $3. If you hate it, we'll give you back $6. How about that?
This is a good question here. My parents aren't happy learning to trade. How can I convince them? Get really good, buy a Lambo, and then honk out in front of your house. Make your dad come out.
Yeah, just get really, YOLO some options, make 10,000%, and then pay off their house. No, I'm only kidding. How do you convince them? This is how I would convince your parents if they don't think that this is a good idea for you to learn about this information. You sit your parents down and you say, guys, the stock market is the greatest wealth building opportunity that anybody will ever encounter in their entire lives. Say, hey, mom, hey, dad, do you have any idea what $1,000 invested in Apple 20 years ago would be worth today? You could have retired 5 years ago. You and mom could have bought a house, in that vacation spot that you guys have always dreamed of. You could have retired early. You could have done all of these things if you just had the wherewithal to know about the markets and identify opportunities in the markets and actually make the right decisions. The way that you convince your parents that it's a good idea for you to learn this is to show them how different their life would be if they had this information at your age. They did not have the information at your age. That's why they think it's a bad idea. I don't know how old you are, but obviously you're young enough to where your parents have an influence over the things that you're doing. So I assume that you're probably still very, very young. You show your mom and dad what their life would be like today if they started investing at your age. That's how you convince them that this is the best thing that you could possibly be doing. Not messing around on, not playing video games, not messing around on TikTok, not watching Netflix. The best thing that is going to make you the most money, that's going to provide you a better life for you and for your family and for your kids and for your generations to come. Your parents' goal in life is to make sure that you have a better life than they had. That is essentially every parent's goal in life. Make sure your kid has a better life than you had. And if you do that, then you did a very good job and you lived a very fulfilling life. You show your parents that you will have a better life than they did, and your kids will have a better life than you did because of this information and the decisions that you're going to make. And that is how you change their mind.
I love it. We got to welcome Eric to the trial. Eric to the trial.
Eric, welcome to the trial, man.
Welcome to the trial, brother. What else? Yeah, I guess that's it for tonight, man. Joe, bring up the trial page again real quick. Bro, are you cold? Why are you in that position?
What? Oh, on the screen?
Yeah, you look cold.
Yeah, I got a hoodie on. Maybe I was cold.
Is that a deep V?
No, it's just a regular V-neck, man. It's not a deep V. I'm too old for deep V's anymore. I wore deep V's in my 20s.
Aw.
But I like a nice V-neck. I wear V-necks all the time. You see me on these live streams all the time. All my white T-shirts are V-necks.
All right, no, that's good.
You know,
I mean, we got to change these pictures.
I think I look good.
No, you do look good. I like how your watch is like casually popping out of your sleeve.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
casually popping out of your sleeve.
Guys, sign up for the trial. Join us tomorrow. $3.
Yeah, ttgthree.com, guys. You guys go ahead and join that trial. Get your butts in chat. Let's do it.
Yep. All right. Again, I'm not even joking. I actually think I'm going to incorporate this into part of our marketing, like long term, right? I got to talk to legal and see how we could do it, but guaranteeing 100% return on your investment into the trial.
Josh is going to love this.
I got to talk to him and see how we can do that, but I would totally be down to put something together where, like, if
you don't say I'm guaranteeing 100% return on your investment. You would just say, the trial is $3. If you absolutely hate it and you want a refund, we'll give you back $6.
Or we could say, you have to, kind of, I don't know, I'll think of it, but I like the idea. Anyways, our chat room opens at 8:20 in the morning. The mods are with you the entire day. Okay.
Monica, I just want to say, Monica Mitchell, I love your why, and that's beautiful. And nothing would make me happier than to help you achieve that goal for your daughter.
Yep.
So you guys go to ttgthree.com. Join the trial, get your butts in chat. We got a lot of data coming out. Starts tomorrow, 8:15. ADP employment report at 8:15. 8:30, jobless claims, right? Then you got ISM services data after that. Then Friday, labor report. We're going to find out what's the new unemployment rate in the United States. We're going to find that out on Friday. So get your butts in chat, ttgthree.com.
All right. We got to welcome Roop.
There it is.
Yeah, right. That was good, Mike.
Thank you.
All right.
Roop, welcome.
We got to welcome Carlos as well.
Carlos, welcome. I hope that's the same Carlos from before that said max respect to you guys always, because respect right back to you, Carlos, if that is you, or if it's not, it's a new Carlos. Either way, welcome to the trial. Hope you enjoy your time with us. I'm sure you will.
All right. Again, we open at 8:20 in the morning. You get the mobile app, Mike's phone number, his Tinder profile, all of it.
Yeah.
My OnlyFans. You got the trial comes with a free subscription to my OnlyFans.
Huh?
Great. Good job, Mike.
What? What does that mean?
Good job, buddy.
I can't see, bro. You have a virtual background. I can't.
Good
now
job,
I see her.
Buddy.
She was in the background.
You are winning, huh?
OnlyFans.
Oh
no!
Get out of my office.
That's what he said.
I don't care what he said. He's stupid. Get out of my office.
Tinder.
Get out of my
Oh,
office.
that's even worse. You said Tinder. That's even worse.
I said Tinder.
So if you're going to be mad at me, you got to be mad at yourself. Oh, you're in trouble, bro.
I hope
You're in
you have
trouble.
triplet girls.
I am. Oh, man. I hope not. Joe!
I want to give a big shout out to Pierce. He is our
Pierce, what's up, man? Pierce,
youngest
welcome to the
lifetime
trial.
member watching us right now.
What?
It's firefighter Greg's son, Pierce.
Oh, Pierce, what's up, man? That's awesome.
I swear to you, Mike, if she looks up Tinder or OnlyFans because of
You are the one that said
I'm
Tinder.
gonna lose my shit.
You said Tinder. And first of all, you have a virtual background, so nobody can see when Min is in the room. If you didn't have the virtual background, I'd be able to see Minna.
So it's my fault?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
It's not mine. You said Tinder first. It doesn't matter. Guys, TTGTHREE.com. Join the trial. Honestly, you just can't afford not to. Major catalyst coming out. The market's been in rally mode. How much further are we going to go? Get your butts in chat. Start capitalizing on these moves like you saw on Meta. We'll call them out for you guys. We'll identify them. We'll trade them with you all day, every day. Get your butts in chat. We opened it up at 8:20 a.m. If you guys haven't done so already, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Get your butts in chat. TTGTHREE.com. $3, one-time payment, no auto renew, no automatic upgrade, none of that funny business. Just a one-time payment of $3. Get your butts in chat. Go to TTG3spelledout.com. Name, email, phone number. Click yes, I want this. Fill out the form, and you guys are good.
Oh my God! Wait. Tamar says, "Lose the background." Adam doesn't want people to accuse him of living in an apartment.
This is true.
Yeah. I do live in an apartment. I live in a small one-bedroom. It's a 1,500 square foot apartment. It's just my daughter and I. My wife and my son stay here when they're not at the homeless shelter. We live a very modest life.
Dude, you know that tomorrow they're in on the joke. They're not actually.
I know.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure they remember.
I'm aware. Thank you.
Oh, see, they're like, I was joking.
I know, bro.
I was making sure, man. I'm making sure. Tomorrow, I got you.
It's Tamar.
I got you. Not just tomorrow.
I was rolling with it, bro.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap this up.
I know who they are.
This is going downhill fast. We had a great stream going. It was a lot of fun.
I honestly feel it's the best.
Everybody enjoyed it.
People are still signing up. They don't care. They appreciate the
realness. The realness. We're real people.
And to prove that you're a real person, go to ttg3.com and sign up for a one-time payment of $3 to prove that you are a real person.
Yes. That's it. It's important, guys. We maintain a very high quality in chat room, so we don't want people coming in just spamming.
Except for Fridays.
Nah, man. Every day.
Is it every day?
Yeah, bro. Guys, people are making. We got full-time traders who do this for a living, bro. And I mean, every day. It's money day. It's money day every day. It is. It is. It's not. It's not a joke. I mean, this is real money at stake here, guys. And we take the chat room seriously, and everyone's focused on making money. We don't want people coming into chat just spamming a bunch of crap that's going to distract people, during the day and jeopardize the integrity of the chat room. We have 10,000 members from 115 different countries that take this serious. If you want to, and if your goal is to turn 525K, then you should be taking it serious too, because we do.
Yeah. I like it.
GTHR. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We got to welcome Masood and James and Stacy.
Welcome, James, Stacy, and Masood. I actually grew up with a kid whose last name was Masood. Played soccer with him.
You mean football?
It's soccer.
It isn't.
It is.
It's football with a U.
If you're here, it's soccer. If you were in Europe or South America, you would then call it football.
At what point do the 530 people that are on here leave?
Probably soon. I feel like at this point, most of them are just our members that maybe just don't want to leave us out there to dry and just are just enjoying the show. I feel like they're watching it like it's like the late night comedy hour. Maybe, I don't know. Like Gio's here. You know, Gio is probably just sitting there at home, just laughing to himself. The DV.
I honestly, that man has become one of my closest friends.
Yes.
He really has.
See, I love Lakeisha. She's one of my favorite people. She's like, we leave when you leave. I love you.
Lakeisha is absolutely amazing.
Nice. Leonard is smoking a cigar. What kind, bro? I gotta stack up. My humidor is getting a little light. I gotta restock.
All right, it's bedtime.
It is. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. TTGTHREE.com. Join the trial. Get your butts in chat. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Take care, everybody. Love you guys.